right.
What's up,
Hell
guys?
yeah, man. Nice.
We're back.
Not them button.
We're back in there like swimwear, man. Yeah, tonight we're gonna be doing a rape and revenge stream. So 4 films. We had to have Thriller, The Crow Picture, or Hooker's Revenge, or they call her One Eye. This is the first one from '73 out of Sweden. The second one is Miss 45 from 1981. And the third one's going to be Savage Streets. And then the fourth one and the final one is Irreversible. And tonight we got Gore Aphobe on. Glad to have you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
And we got Videomannen Gismo.
Back again. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Run it back like a running back. And I got their channels in the description, man. So y'all click and subscribe to them. Check them out. They got some good stuff. But
Absolutely. Yeah. This one's gonna be like, for me, I think I'm gonna differ on opinions with most of you on definitely on one. I think this is going to be interesting, actually, to see everyone's views, because I don't think we're going to be 100% on everything. You know, even the other thing that I'm thinking of, you know.
I can honestly say, though, that I actually like all these films. Now, I would say a couple of them are higher, you know.
Right.
But I like all of them. I like all 4 of them. I don't know how y'all feel, but hopefully y'all do, but I don't know.
So do I, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, man, I guess I'll get in the chat right quick and see who's in here. I see some comments in here already.
Yeah, man.
All right. Let's see. Holland Oates, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, man.
Hey, Holland.
You got Pat Master in here. What's going on, man?
Pat.
Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people. Oh, Pap saying hey to Gore Aphobe.
See Texas Russ in there.
And to everybody. Let's see. We got Texas in here, man. Yeah. Welcome to the panel of pain. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is a painful one. You know, I guess kind of like it is painful, but there is a payoff, except for one. But
right,
except for one of them, you know, there's not really a great payoff for that one. But what are you gonna do? 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Let's see. So yeah, everybody's saying hey, man. I think I got everybody in here.
What's up, man?
Yeah. So what's going on with y'all, man? Y'all have anything coming up on your channel or anything y'all want to talk about before we get started?
Do you want to go ahead and start and just go around, or you want me to start, or don't matter?
I think we're gonna have a pretty relaxed week next week because we've been doing quite a bit this week, and but
tomorrow I'm doing the Sunday afternoon matinee. The David Cronenberg Scanners.
Okay.
And then at 5 o'clock I'm doing episode 2 of the Round Table, and I'll be there with JT's horror discussions. Hopefully, I'm not sure what's going on with him. Sean from Cinephile Sanity, and Juno 2000. And Monday night I'm doing Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, and then Tuesday night will be Extreme Theater. And I will be doing the original 1978 I Spit on Your Grave. So,
nice.
Yeah. Gizmo, you got anything coming?
No, not for a time. I will probably do I will do the Oscar stream the day of the Oscar. I don't remember what day it is. Is it the 3rd of March or something. I don't really remember when it is.
Yeah.
We'll do an all-nighter with, or for you, it's a whole evening, I will say, for the Oscar stream. So probably a 6-hour stream.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
I'm starting to get through all of the films that was nominated last year. So I think I still have like 10, 11 to go, something like that.
It's not bad, man. Get through all that.
Yeah.
So when we will do the Rosalba Neri stream in the end of February,
Yeah.
me, Dirk, and Darren,
Yep.
Yeah.
where we'll go through her filmography and try to see how she ranked against Asia Argento to compare them to.
Oh man, she slapped the shit out of her.
I guess.
But I don't know if she had. Actually, I don't know still if she had better films than Asia, like the best films from
I'm
Asia.
just saying, like her ability, I think, is stronger. But
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
I don't know, man. It's
I prefer like Rosalba Neri's films. I would say more than Asia's, but in terms of actresses, I would go with Asia actually. As being
Really?
better. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
After
Seen
Scarlet
Argento?
Diva and
What's that?
After
Seen
Scarlet
Argento?
Diva and the other one, The Heart is Deceitful.
Oh yeah, Rosalba Neri. Slaughter Hotel. Amok.
God, there's tons. I tell you, when Gizmo started, I
That's
looked
two off
it
the
up.
top. Top Sensation or The Seducers. Yeah, she's great. Girl in Room 2A. That's another one, right?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
All right. But yeah. Let's see. Texas says, Dirk, you forgot my first comment. Okay. It's easy to do, man. My bad. Let me see. Okay. Welcome to the panel of pain. Hell yeah, man.
Cheers, Tex.
Beautiful panel, you guys. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, pal.
I just thought a lot of that was people talking. It's my bad, man. But let's see. Let's see. Pat Master says, "Revenge is the real R word." Yeah. I started to call this R&R, but then I might have had a bunch of old retired people tuning in or something. Rest and recuperation.
Just chill out and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But looking good, Keith, with the hair down.
Oh,
That's what
thanks,
Pat
man. Yeah.
Pap said. Let's see. It was above that one. Okay. Let me go back. We got Riverman in here. What's up, man? What's going on?
Hey, man.
Let's see. The panel of pain. Where's it at? I don't see it, man. I don't see nothing else before that. Do y'all?
That's what I see.
I don't see
Sometimes they don't come through if
Yeah.
if it's like bad language or something on there, or
Okay. Yeah, I
for
don't.
some reason they don't come through.
Oh, maybe he's saying, "Hey, Pap, the man, the myth, the legend." I don't know. Hey, Holland. Okay. I don't know. All right, man. I guess we'll get into a thriller, man. Gizmo is the expert on this one. I was like holding off for a little bit. I was like, this is Gizmo. Like, I know the film, and I actually love the film, man. I know a lot of people don't, but Gizmo knows this film better probably than any one of us here. I would imagine. I don't know, but I guess I could kind of give a brief synopsis if you want, or you can go take it.
No, you can do that. You're better in English than me, so it's good that you do the synopsis.
Okay. Yeah, I just as far as like the there's probably things that we don't know that you do know, about the film, So it's directed by Alex Fridolinsky or Bo Arne Vibenius. I think that's how you say it.
Vibenius.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So it's the second film that was banned in Sweden. A lot of people think it's the first film banned in Sweden, but that's one thing I found out. There was another film that was banned in 1912, I think, called The Gardener. But I guess most people would consider it the first film banned in Sweden. So it's Swedish exploitation, man. It's got multiple titles: Hooker's Revenge, Thriller, A Cruel Picture. They call her One Eye. I think that's all of them. Am I right, Gizmo?
Yeah, I don't know more titles. Probably 100 titles to different countries, but
Right. Okay, that's the only ones I'm aware of. But you got Christina Lindbergh playing Frigga or Madeline, and Heinz Hopf playing Tony. He's like he's a real good dude, man, by the way. But anyway, like, so the film starts out, there's this little girl in a park, and there's an old man playing with her, and she's having fun and she's happy and everything, and then something dark happens. You know, something very dark happens. The old man rapes the little girl, and after that, she don't speak anymore. Like, she's a complete mute. And she lives with her parents, kind of like on a farm type setting, I would say. And then she's on the road. She's walking somewhere. I'm trying to remember where, but there's a guy driving by in a nice GT 300 or whatever it is. It's a real nice car. He's like, you know, I bet you don't have a reason for not getting in my car and getting a ride. She gets in the damn car with him, and then he's just super nice to her, takes her out to eat, get her something to drink and shit. And then he takes her back and kind of like enslaves her, human trafficking, strings her out on heroin and shit, you know. And she's got her first customer, and she has her first customer, and then he's like she's telling him, she scratches the dude's face to shit, and for her punishment, he punishes her with a scalpel to the eye. So for now on, she's got the one eye, the patch, and she kind of, I guess, accepts her new life, you know. So that's
Didn't you say that scene with the eye you said was a real corpse? Is that true?
That's the rumor, and I've heard Christina Lindbergh confirm that rumor. That it was. It
looked fucking real to me. I even without knowing that, I watched.
That's what I was saying though. Like, I mean, that's just hearsay from what I've heard. So I don't know.
I think it was. It looked so.
It looks real as shit. Yeah.
Unbelievably real to me. Yeah.
But yeah, Gizmo, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it ever been confirmed that it's real. Boo has been asked about it many times, and he wouldn't confirm it. And Christina has been asked about it on stage as well many times when I've seen her, and she never says it's real or not. If you said it in an interview, it's probably something either edited or that she has misspoke or something, because she doesn't know. She wasn't on set that day either, so. But if it's real or not, I think also it's real, just if I should guess, because it looks really fucking real.
Yeah, it looks fucking
it really
real
does,
as fuck, man.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's why I didn't want to like say the wrong thing, because that's just what I've heard. So I don't know.
But I think it's the best eye penetration scene ever done.
Yeah,
it's really
next. I would say is probably Fulci's Zombie.
Zombie.
But yeah, it looks very squishy and real. So
yeah. But
it's meant to bother you. It's meant to bother you because it's your eyes, and it definitely does.
Yeah. I don't know. It's 1,000 things I can say about this film. I respect this film a lot, mostly because it came out before Last House on the Left in many ways. Because you got to remember that for us up here, I don't think he had seen Last House on the Left when he made this film, because I think Last House on the Left came out the year before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
72.
Yeah, it's a-
And back then, that movie was probably banned in Sweden before it actually. And he probably shot this film during the same
Well-
time as released of Last House on the Left.
Even still, though, I don't feel like when I watch it, I don't get that vibe.
No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying if you think about how extreme this film is.
Oh yeah.
Because if you compare it with other films through its time period, the thing I love about Thriller is that I think this is the most extreme film that was ever made during up till this date. It's more extreme than Last House on the Left and I Spit in Your
Yeah.
Grave and all of those films
Yeah.
because it's included every fucking thing you can think of in exploitation. It's like
Right.
sexploitation, it's porn, it's high violence, it's car chases, it's gunfights, it's everything, and it's shot on film, of course, because of the age. So I don't actually need to say that, but it makes the movie also look kind of gritty and dirty and all that shit. So I love it, and
yeah.
I just think this is actually one of probably on my top 10 list of most important grindhouse films ever made.
Right.
And I'm happy that it didn't get released in the States before wasn't it around 2000 the first time it got like a really official like mainstream release over there, or not mainstream but like through
Synapse.
DVD.
Yeah.
So because it never got a release in Norway before 2013. I think my DVD copy of this is from it was banned in Norway and it was banned in Sweden, as you said, and I think this was a festival film and kind of a black spine film that many people had in their basement and didn't talk about back in the days.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
So, but Christina Lindberg is the nicest person in the world. She tells you everything you want to know about the films and everything like that. And I do think she has become the biggest stars of all of these kind of rape revenge starlets that has been from the 70s, as far as I know. Because she was big in Asia as well. She was in Japanese films and she was big in Germany and she was big in like, I know Camille Keaton was in Italy as well, but but it's pretty fucking amazing to be from Sweden in the 70s and become big in Japan. That's
a
Right.
big deal. Yeah.
So I've
seen some of the interviews with her. She seems really cool.
Great.
So,
Yeah.
But I know you probably met her in person. Right?
Yeah, many times.
Right.
No,
That's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, she still looks pretty good for what I've seen in interviews, like for her age,
Yeah, she's
for like
very
an
good.
older woman.
She's married, or at least together with a old, like a how do you say it, like a captain of planes, like a pilot.
Pilot. Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
For me, like it's like this film. I don't even think it's got a release in the UK. I'm pretty sure it hasn't,
Yeah.
so it's probably still banned. But it didn't make the like nasties list, which is straight. I don't think it
That
did
is
anyway.
weird. That is strange that they wouldn't have made the list.
No, that's right. Yeah, and I remember seeing the trailer. The trailer's like plays everywhere, you know. All these like trailer, you know, compilations and all that. You always get the trailer to this. So I'd seen the trailer, but I mean, I've told Gizmo, I've told Dirk, like I kind of didn't like this film at all, to be honest, because it played out exactly how I thought it would. And I know that's stupid because it's a rape revenge, you know, they're all going to play out a certain way. But I mean, I don't know. I find the beginning really disturbing as well with the little girl. And I mean, I know it's not shown, but it's implied what happened, or it's said what's happened later on in the film. But I don't know. I just the grittiness and all that. Maybe it was a bit too fucking real for me to really get on board with. But I did only see it once. So I don't know. I will definitely give it another go. But I just think like there's a film that we're going to mention later that just kind of perfected it better, if that makes sense. And but yeah, I'm probably in the minority. But yeah, what does Gore think on the film?
It's meant to hit you right in the balls. You know what I mean? It's supposed to hit you right there. You know, and she does such a great job. She goes off just like she's supposed to come off. I really respect the film, and I respect her performance. I respect the fact that they had the guts to go there. Then, I mean, to stick in actually not just hardcore, but I mean that's triple X. I mean that's penetration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually where Quentin Tarantino got his whole idea for the Kill Bill,
Right.
the 2 Kill Bill movies. So
Right. Yeah.
Tarantino's a big fan too. I mean, I find it just as important as a Last House or Nice Girl on Your Grave, just in a different way. It's definitely, I think it might be, as far as the porn and stuff it shows. I think it might be the hardest core maybe ever made like that.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Because I didn't say it like a minute ago, but I think it's one of the most important films of this genre, subgenre, rape revenge, because everything that come kind of later is certainly similar,
I mean, you can't wait for her to kill these motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It waits. It breathes. It takes its time to get there, and you're
slowly. Yeah.
And all this shit is going on. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the film a little bit because I know. I mean, hopefully everybody's seen it, but I mean, just to let everybody know, I mean, just to make it clear, I gotta do it. All right, man. So what I was going to say, though, is like the whole shit with him, the guy, Tony, man, writing those nasty letters to her parents. And then her parents are reading these letters and they're like, her dad, then she gets a letter. Somehow she gets a letter seeing that her dad tried to kill himself and shit because they miss her, because like their whole life is her. And then they end up killing themselves behind the shit. So that's kind of like the breaking point for her, I believe. It's like,
Yeah. I think that Tony character is probably one of the worst fucking despicable characters I've ever seen in a film.
Yeah, man, he is. Man.
And he wins that award easily as well.
But not at the end. Not at the end. He's very. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Isn't her mom in this too? I mean, isn't that actually her mother?
I'm not sure.
Well,
I don't know.
I do believe her mother or sister or something's in it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. But yeah, like at the end though, he's not. He's such a pussy, man.
Yeah.
He really is. And then I the first time I seen it, I was kind of pissed off a little bit because I was like, damn, I didn't get to see it happen, the revenge part. But then now, like looking back on it now, like after seeing it multiple times, it's probably good that I didn't see that, because think about how shitty those decapitations look back then. You know what I'm saying? Like if I could just picture it in my head, it's probably better, like.
Do you guys like think the way I do I actually think this is more disturbing than I Spit on Your Grave. And I know there's like a 20-minute rape scene in I Spit on Your Grave, but this I found way more disturbing.
Because also young,
Yeah.
Probably so. I would agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
But such a beautiful actress, mind back in that day. Like very iconic looking, the cover's been everywhere in it, with the eye patch and all that. But
right.
I know Steve, like from Dead Pit, watches a lot of it. Like he's a big fan of hers, and obviously Gizmo's probably seen a hell of a lot of her sexploitation stuff and that. But yeah, I still think one of the best looking women, that's ever lived. She's right up there with Burnett and all them, I think.
And she did dispel the rumors that was not her in the penetration, because for years there was a back and forth about whether it was or wasn't. She did acknowledge that no, that is not me.
Right. Yeah.
And she was really respected in Sweden also. That makes that thriller movie even more kind of weird that she said yes to be part of it, because she was like dating. He had a long affair with Stellan Skarsgård. They did a movie together. I think it's called Anita.
Oh shit.
I've seen all of her films, but I'm mixing some of the names. She did a German film also with, what's his name again? This is before any of these people became really big, but they were still like big in their countries. But what's funny about Tarantino is that when you watch Thriller, you can see, of course, both the sound design and everything from Kill Bill with me, that's in Kill Bill as well. But you can also see, if you have seen a movie with her called, not Journey to Japan, but the other one. She did 2 big films in Japan. It gets a release now in America in just a month, I think, from a company. Sorry, I forgot the title, but she did that one. And the whole ending scene in that film is kind of the same scene that's in the ending of Kill Bill Volume 2. So it's almost like Tarantino loved Christina Lindbergh so much, so he went and watched all of her films and then wanted to make a movie about her.
Ellie Driver.
Yeah.
Except he made Ellie like, a villain instead of the hero. I like all that shit too in Thriller, man. Like when she's like doing the martial arts training and learning how to do the stunt driving and shit. And
that shit was great. Yeah.
Learning the pistols, and she's even got a purse that's got fucking like places to put shotgun shells. Like, it's fucking great, man. I love that shit, man. But yeah, man.
The whole thing at the end as well, when she gets she kind of gets him to do some kind of duel with it to see who's going to come out on top, and the
she gave him
trap and
she
all
gave him
that.
a fair shake because she's gonna put him down. She's she's got it. It's all in her hands.
But like you say, it just misses that final, kill, which would have fucking made it a better film for me as well if we'd have got to see it.
That's what I'm saying though. Like after like all the decapitations I've seen back in the 70s, they really don't hold up though. So it's probably a wise choice that they didn't do that shit. But I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see. Unless y'all could think of something from the 70s, like. Not even the 70s, like, fuck, man. Even like in Nightmares in a Damaged Brain, that shit looks goofy, when the head comes off.
Yeah. There's one called Snuff as well that was made in the 70s, which is just looks awful, like the effects in that. So,
right.
Yeah, maybe it was that, yeah.
All right, let me catch the chat. Let's see. Okay. Would Tamara qualify for R&R? Tamara. I'm not familiar with that one.
I've heard of it, but I've obviously never seen it.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one. Riverman says, love Thriller. I need to bust out that Vinegar Syndrome set tonight. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's killer, man. I got the Synapse, the blue Synapse. That was the first one. It was all controversial at first and shit when this came out because it was like something about the rights or some weird shit was going on, and they had to stop selling it. Did you remember that shit when this came out?
Yeah, with Synapse.
Yeah, and then I ended up getting the VS, but yeah.
Yeah, I need to get that.
I think that the last time I seen that was on sale, so I think you can still get it, or you could like a couple of months ago.
It's got both.
There's a documentary on there as well. I wouldn't mind watching.
Oh, it's got long ass interviews with Christina Lindbergh, man. Like hour long. Like there's just on they call it One Eye because I went ahead and watched this cut before the stream again. And I'd never seen this cut though, so I went in and watched this, and then I started watching the special features. There was 2 like hour-long interviews with Lindbergh, and then I seen another Q&A at some film festival with her and shit. But I didn't get.
So is the only difference in the films then is just the porn inserts, like?
There are also some frames with the eye thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I did notice that it didn't show it go all the way in on
Yeah.
the collar one eye, but yeah, man.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
see,
nasty.
Riverman says, I still need to check out Christina Lindbergh's other sleazy films. Yeah, me too.
If you want to
a
check
hell
out
of a lot.
something really fucking weird that she was in, I don't remember the year, but probably around 2000 or something. It's called Sex Lies and Videotapes.
I remember
It's-
that. I remember that.
It's a dude who made a retrospect of exploitation and RoboCop and Terminator and everything, and she has a role in that one as Frigga from Thriller. So it's
Okay,
a
so it's not the film; it's a documentary.
no, it's a film, but he made like a retrospect kind of thing of all classics from Hollywood and around the world.
Okay,
So
because there's
it's on
another
J-
movie. There's a movie called Sex, Lies, and Videotape that I'm thinking of. That's not. It's not like it's a. You know what I mean? I just can't really remember too much. But let's see.
Yeah, it's a mainstream type film.
Right. Texas says Thriller is an excellent family film. Yeah, yeah, man. What kind of family are we talking about?
Yeah,
Gator bait. Yeah, man. Like we talked about that, and that's the thing. We could do another one of these. You know, we can do another one. Gator
That's
bait's
got-
right here in my backyard. Like that shit was
Right.
filmed here.
Has
Literally.
that got Claudine Auger stars in that? I think. I've never seen it, but I think she's in it.
Yeah, I'm not sure her name, but I know the shit was filmed here, and I've seen it. It's fun, man. I dig it. Probably more so because it's from here, but
Right, the poster looks good as well for that.
there's a part two. I vaguely remember that one, but let's see. We got Sean in here, Cinephile Sanity. Good evening, guys.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
Sean.
What's going on? We got Viscanto Elio. Hello, guys. Greetings for Buenos Aires, y'all. Just an open question. It's auditioned by Takeshi Miike, a rape revenge movie. No, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't think.
No, I mean she was groomed and she was, you know what I mean, all that kind of shit. But
Yeah,
I mean, because I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe in a way, but not in the way that we're talking about.
right. Yeah. Hey, man. Glad to have you here. That's the first time I've seen Visconde Elio.
Yeah, man. Argentina as well.
That's cool, man.
Nice. Yeah.
Thanks for being here, man. Let's see. We got everybody saying, hey, Thriller is a good movie for physical education. Yeah. Show it in gym class. It'd be great. You know?
Health and shit. Man.
Sexual education.
Yeah. Yeah, that too.
It's a weird one though, because I can't say I hate it because I don't really hate it. It's just,
Yeah.
I'm just indifferent to it, I think.
Texas says, laugh out loud, Sean. Thank goodness I wasn't drinking something. It would have been all over the screen.
That's
we're
the trick though, you know, is making a film like this explicit, but yet still making it a good film and still making a good point out of it. You know what I mean too. That's where a good filmmaker can versus a bad filmmaker can't. You know, it ends up being all exploitation and you don't get a good film out of it. But like this, you get a good, powerful film and you get the exploitation, if that makes sense.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I agree. And I know a lot of people are taken back by the slow motion and all, but I dig that shit. I really like it a lot because there's something about it. Seeing them people with their faces and getting like they're flying back. I like the shit, man. But a lot of people they're like,
it seems to be a thing with all these, doesn't it? Like slow
Yeah.
motion scene towards the end.
Yeah.
Most of them. Yeah.
It's the cool moments, and you know, it's reckoning time, you know, type of shit. But yeah, Sean says so. We're strictly on female revenge films tonight. Yeah, we're doing some rape revenge films.
We did cruising last night, so
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Hagen K says, "What up, guys? What's going on, man?"
Hey, man.
But yeah, man. So that's Thriller, man. I hope we justified Thriller. I mean,
There was somebody in the chat who asked about other films from Christina Lindberg, and I just want to mention Journey to Japan. That's a movie I fucking love. That it feels like a Cat 3 film, but it's made in Japan, so it's not, of course. But it's a really sleazy film, and the bad guy hero of the story, he is so damn cool in that one. And you get, of course, Christina, beautiful as always. And also Sex and Fury was the one I was thinking of that Tarantino must have seen. That's also a really fun movie.
I wonder where the hell did Tarantino live though? Like he had access to some films, man. Like, you know what I mean?
He's went out and found them, man. He's went out and found them. He just loved that type of thing, and he just went out and found it. You know.
I'm just wondering, did he live in L.A.? I don't know.
Like, I think so. Yeah.
He worked in a video shop, you know. And
I think he did live in California, maybe.
Okay, that makes sense because they got a little more access than a lot of people do. Back in the day, anyway.
Has Gizmo seen Made in Sweden? I think she stars in that. Is that any
I have
good?
all of her films except up here, except the one I'm like the most, Journey to Japan, because somebody stole it. I don't know who, but I had the DVD of that one.
Man.
But is that more sexploitation, Made in Sweden? Is it?
It's only sexploitation. It's nothing violent in it at all.
Just softcore porn, basically. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But that's one of the films she is in through the entire film. Most of her films, she is just in, like Schoolgirl film. I think it's 2 or 4. That movie, she's just in one scene, but she's on the front cover selling the film. You know. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, hell yeah, man. I guess we'll move on to Miss 45, and I don't have a physical copy. Darren, you got one, don't you?
Yeah, off Gizmo this one.
Okay.
The glare.
Yeah. I do got an image I could throw up from the film, which is an iconic look, I think. But yeah, really dig that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miss 45, man. 1981, runtime 80 minutes, hour 20 minutes, man. It's like flies by, you know. American exploitation thriller, rape and revenge. Definitely inspired by Thriller. I'd say it's inspired.
Without a shadow of a doubt, yeah.
Definitely inspired by Thriller.
Yeah.
I would even say Death Wish and Taxi Driver as well. Because I see the grittiness of New York, like just some of that shit, like in her snapping in the film as well, that type of shit. But directed by Abel Ferreira. So it stars Zoe Tamerlis as Thana. And she's a seamstress and she's a mute, which is another, like, you know, straight robbery, man, going on. But it's fine, you know, it's cool. But so she's walking home one night and she gets pulled into an alley. She's walking home alone. She was pulled into an alley and raped at gunpoint. And then when she gets home, there's a burglar in her apartment. And she gets raped again. But this time, she cracks him over the head with a glass apple and then finishes the job with an iron, you know. And then by this point, she's done lost her shit, dude. She's like seeing shit in the mirrors and, yeah. But
I mean, how unlucky is she for that to happen on the same fucking night?
Yeah, no shit, man.
But
and then
that would fuck anyone up, I think.
And then she's got his 45 now, so it's on. I'll critique something a little later, man. But I guess we can start with Keith, man. If you want to start with it. What's your thoughts on?
Like I said, I hadn't seen it, and the first time that I ever seen any clips from it was on the what the hell is it called? Terror in the Isles. Yeah, where the scenes from this film did not fit in that at all. And I remember as a kid watching Terror in the Aisles, watching it, wondering what the hell this show is, because it actually shows the burglar, the second rape. It actually shows that starting to go on. Of course, as a kid, I was curious. So
Yeah.
later on, I end up watching it, and then back to back, she gets attacked, and you're right. It's a good mixture of definitely Death Wish, and I mean, because you got Ferrara here, he also did a film with Harvey Keitel, which is Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah.
He did King of New York with Christopher Walken, so he's an accomplished filmmaker, man. I think she comes off really good in this too. Maybe not quite as good as Christina, but she's also older. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to feel as bad as you do for the character in Thriller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this chick here, and plus they don't really go in as deep with the sympathy for her because she does lose her shit. She goes ape shit, and it's just. But it is a unique film. Maybe not quite as good, but definitely for what it is. It's a chick's version of she's like definitely a chick Charles Bronson, I'd say.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine what Charles Bronson would have done to somebody that raped him?
Yeah. No shit, man. Yeah. What do you think, Darren? What's your take on it, man?
Yeah, I preferred this obviously over Thriller, but
Okay.
I mean, this is just gritty from the start. I think like every male character in this is a scumbag on some level, and it is redeeming. Like when she starts taking a mate, you know, you're kind of cheering her on all the way. She got that boss as well, like that sleazy boss who's trying. You can tell something. He's trying, you know, to get into her pants basically.
I didn't know, like at first, like what that dude.
Oh no, I did. Yeah.
At first, I didn't. No, I mean, I didn't know what he was about. I didn't know
Right.
which way he swung. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
so
but,
I mean, you know, but
yeah, but you've got obviously, you know, like I say, the sleaze bags. The one guy, the photographer. I mean, when he spots her in a cafe, and all the girls basically tell him to fuck off. But then he follows her as well. That stuff is quite disturbing. But I found, like, you know, obviously realistic for the time in New York City. But then she takes him out, which is great. I don't know. Because it's, what was it, almost 10 years later, 7-8 years later than Thriller, it kind of like the New York City vibe, and I love all the background and all that. I think that's the reason I like it more. And it's kind of like an updated version in a way anyway. I think Zoe Tamalis is fantastic. Like, hell of a beautiful woman at that time, you know. She plays the mute part great, you know, just all in. Like, she's so deadly as well. You know,
and the transformation. Yeah, her transformation is what I
That's
get.
not easy
Like,
either.
yeah, man.
No. Yeah. And the iconic, you know, dressed up as a nun, which I think was, you know, I've seen the trailer to this one as well a bunch of times. But yeah, basically, yeah, to sum it up, I really, really enjoyed this one. I liked it a little bit more than I did first time. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it could have done with a couple of, you know, all the characters are so bad in it, you know what I mean, and all the dudes are so much slime that's where my critique comes in. It could have done with a couple of better dudes in there, you know what I mean, a couple of better people in there, just to kind of balance it out a little bit. I mean, you can definitely tell what Ferrara thinks about humanity and men in general.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That scene on the bench too, like,
yeah,
you want that guy?
Like pigs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that comes from nowhere as well. Like,
and then and then you realize she's snapped because she's fixing to kill some dude that's trying to get in this damn apartment, like, for no reason. But then
every man was a rapist now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And it's like also like, so I, you know, seeing it, I was like, when she saw that guy trying to get into his apartment, like, maybe we didn't see what she was seeing. Maybe she was seeing some crazy shit, like hallucinating, like she was before in the fucking mirror and shit. You know,
Yeah.
I started thinking about that. I was like, well,
And you got to think as well, she spares the dog as well. So you got to give her props for that, you know, not killing off the dog because we think the dog's dead at one point, don't we?
Right.
Then, I don't know if that was done for like comic relief towards the end or was it just, you know, I
It was
don't know.
just some feel good shit at the end, I think.
Yeah, kind of to try and even out a little bit of the violence, which didn't.
He's kind of he's an odd guy for a reason.
Yeah. What do you think, Gizmo, man? On Miss 45.
Yeah, I've already told you and Darren that I really love this film. It's kind of the right setting for me. As Darren said also, I love New York during the 80s, the New York style setting. I think the movie that's kind of the problem I have with the film is that it's too sexy, I think. I just find the lead really, really hot. And on top of that, it's something about including non-shit into hot women that just drives me insane. So for me, I find that the most disturbing thing with the film is that it's so violent and so grotesque in many ways, but still it's kind of turns me on in a way. I can't explain it, but none other rape revenge movie does that. But this movie does it.
She's very erotic, you know. She's very erotic. She really is.
Yeah.
She's got a very erotic look to her.
Yeah.
I wonder if she also is Swedish heritage because her last name is Lund, and that's Swedish.
Right.
So maybe. But yeah, I liked her in many films from the 80s. Or not many, but I remember her well from that special effect, or what's it called? The movie. I had it on VHS back in the days. I haven't seen it since the 90s, probably, so I don't know if it holds up. But I remember her well from that one. And of course, Bad Lieutenant is one of my favorite American films ever. And yeah, I love that movie. So,
Right.
and I would say the ending of Miss 45, I think, is a little bit weaker for me, at least, than Thriller when it comes to the kills. I don't get the satisfaction, as you said, Darren, of Miss 45. I think it looks a little bit too. Maybe it's because they show too much. I don't know. It seems a little bit cheaper in a way because it's not much for the imagination in the ending. That's probably my.
Do you think, like, with the murder weapon as well? Do you think it would have worked better if she'd have used a knife sometimes and used because at the first when she uses the iron, but then it becomes a bit repetitive with the the.
I don't know, man. That look with the 45 with the nun outfit, that's just pretty.
Oh, that works fine.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think I would have liked to have seen some more slashing in between, though. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. But she is damn hot. I don't know how old she was when she played this role. Was she like?
She got to be like middle 20s, probably.
Yeah, she was young. Yeah.
So there was a scene, like a line cut. Excuse me. There was a line cut from the film, and I can't remember because this was my first time seeing this film. But the line was the only thing that was cut is like a minute. It was they changed the first rape a little bit. They said like a.
That sounds weird.
Yeah. and then the line that got cut was this ought to make you talk, huh? When the rape was happening, so they cut that line from the film. But I just seen the damn thing. I can't remember if you said that or not. But anyway, but yeah, man. Before we get too far, like. So what did y'all rate Thriller? Let me ask y'all that before. Let me back up a little bit. What was y'all's rating on Thriller out of 10?
I'll give it 4.
Oh shit!
4 out of 10. But yeah, you know now, like my thoughts on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I told you, Dirk. Darren hates me.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'll go 7.5 or 8.
Yeah.
I have the same. I have an 8 on that one on Letterboxd.
Yeah, I'm probably 7.5. Yeah, something like that. But, and on Miss 45, since unless y'all, is there anything else y'all want to add to Miss 45? I know we're kind of going through it quick, but I don't want to completely spoil the damn thing, But
that was my only thing with it is I felt that it should have been balanced out with at least maybe 1 or 2 decent guys in there. You know what I mean? Just to kind of But
Yeah.
I do understand that it was that early '80s gritty New York, kind of like with a Maniac or Basket Case. You know, I did love how that was that dirty New York look about it though. But
And
yeah,
when
just
she-
bounce it out a little bit. Give us one good guy so that we can really,
Right. Yeah, because every dude in it, you're right. Every dude is a piece of shit.
which I mean, big city,
much.
but
I mean, there's some iconic shit going on in this movie though, like the scene where she's kissing the bullet. I mean, and like
Yeah.
when she's in, and like when she's snapped, and then she's like got the makeup on and the fucking whole nun shit, and it's like I don't think she's in the nun outfit yet, but she's in that limousine with that guy. He's like a Saudi Arabian or something Iranian guy. Yeah, she's anyway, I'm not gonna spoil the whole movie, but there's
What's with that fucking song at the party as well? With the trumpet song?
Oh yeah,
Playing over and over. Yeah, man. And it just doesn't go with the film, does it, at all, with what's gonna happen. But yeah, that's I've even got that in my head now because I watched it a couple of hours ago again.
Yeah.
And it's just keep replaying in your head that tune, and it's weird, man.
Yeah, this is a Halloween film too, to mention, to boot. Technically.
Yeah.
You know, it's on Halloween. Yeah. But yeah, man. So what do you give Miss 45, Darren?
A very strong 7, 7.5, maybe. And again, yeah, that could go up again. So yeah.
Right. What do you got it at, Keith?
Maybe a 6.5 or maybe even a 7. Like I said, my only critique is just that one thing.
Right. What do you think, Gizmo?
It's a strong 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
I'm just payback time for Darren.
I was gonna say he's fucking with us, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I give it it's almost a 7, I would say. I think I have to give it a 6. It's not like a movie I can go back and rewatch that often. I think I've seen it 3 times through my life. And but it's really to be honest, I think it's one of the best subgenre rape revenge movies actually.
Yeah.
It's a really good one when it comes to the style and everything. I think this is his first film, right? Directing film.
I'm not sure.
Didn't he do Driller Killer before?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Like a year or two before, I think. Yeah.
1979. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy because Driller Killer, I'm not a fan of that one.
Driller Killer is boring. I find it boring as hell.
I'm just not a big fan. I'm not convinced either that because back then you had to have a fucking extension cord. Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Right. I don't even know why that's on the Video Nasties list as well. I mean,
it's because it was a drill, and that's
and you got the shot of the tramp, on the cover. I guess, but I was
Some of the shit on that list doesn't belong.
Right.
Some of the shit doesn't belong.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I give Miss 45 a 7, man. And it, like I said, it flows good, man. It's an hour, 20 minutes. It flies by, man. It really does. But
maybe could have stood to been a little longer, even maybe 10 or 15 minutes longer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because toward the end, I don't know. Toward the end, everything feels like it kind of just frees up and gets done real quick.
It does.
Yeah.
It's very abrupt. It feels like I'm watching an Italian film or something. Because like a lot of times the end of an Italian movie just ends real quick.
It just definitely.
No nonsense. Just this is it. But yeah, man. So we'll move on to the next one, man, and that is I'm actually gonna let Darren take this one away because this is his pick, and then Savage Streets.
Savage Streets.
He's a huge fan of it.
Oh man, yeah.
That's a window. That's a window set, or
no, it's just the arrows. It hasn't got the window on it.
Okay.
The old arrow footage. That's the one. Yeah, I think that's the alternative cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean,
we'll just say quick. Miss 45 could actually have been a movie if what's his name? Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol.
That would have been his rape revenge movie with the style, I think.
It
So,
is
yeah,
very kind of like art house in it. a little
Yeah,
bit.
but also
Yeah.
with the colors, and he likes the sexy stuff, and so yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry, off topic.
Oh, you good? You good?
So yeah, Savage Streets, 1984. It stars Linda Blair, John Vernon. You got directed by Danny Steinman, of course, from Friday the 13th Part 5. And you could tell that guy was fucking perverted, man, just in
Yeah.
like all the
Yeah.
films he made.
Right.
Yeah, what I love about this one is, even though it's a hard subject when we do get to the rape revenge type thing, the rest just doesn't like go with the film.
Yeah.
It's almost like, it's like obviously a street gang type, you got all these punks.
Yeah.
But yeah, say like the opening shot. I love the opening shot where they're riding down. I think it's Sunset Boulevard, isn't it? But then we see, the two gangs, like the all-female gang with Linda Blair's kind of, fronting that. You got all these punks. And you notice in the first scenes as well, where she goes to like the shop and she's looking in the mirror in the window of the shop, and there's like fucking bear traps and fucking all sorts, and that comes to play later on.
Right. Oh yeah, I saw it coming, like, because they're focusing in on the traps, they're focusing in on the crossbow and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard not to see that when you watch it back. But so you got these. I think the actual portrayal of these punk guys is absolutely fucking fantastic. You got Minnie Pacino as well, the little one, Vinny, who they just kind of bully throughout the whole film.
Yeah.
But it all starts off, I won't go through every kind of scene for the film, but it all kind of starts off where they accidentally, these male punks, they accidentally knock over Linda Blair's deaf, like she's mute as well, isn't she? Sister. So they kind of got a
weird. That's a weird ass scene though. Like when that
it is, because
it looks like a car hits her.
Yeah,
and she just like falls down. Like it's fucking weird, man.
And I mean,
am I the only one seeing that shit, or what the fuck?
No,
she just falls like flat back. I don't know. It's weird, but.
And I mean, the violent rape and the kick to the head and all that puts her in intensive care. Yeah, a car can knock her down and put her in hospital.
Yeah, she didn't even get a scratch.
You got to take this film with a pinch of salt. Yeah. But yeah, basically then, they got some kind of feud going because of this. And they trash the car, the female gang trash the car and all that. But I don't want to go too much into it after that because I don't want to give it away. But it's just cheesiness. You got that horrible rape revenge scene like thrown in there. And the soundtrack as well, I think is one of the best soundtracks of the 80s for me.
Yeah, I dig the soundtrack. I
John
like
Farnham, I think, played with the main two songs or two or three songs. But you got the shower scenes. You got like I say, Danny Steinman. You got this.
Yeah, he's
all over this
sleeve
film.
master.
Yeah. You got Cindy, who's just this blonde, just unbelievably looking. Like you get to see her a few times. But So what are you guys' thoughts on this one?
Oh, you go ahead, man. Yeah.
Steinman also in 1980 did a movie called The Unseen, which was a slasher movie. And it had goddamn, what was her fucking name?
Is this Sidney Lassock? Sidney Lassock,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, he's in Stephen First. Yeah, it's just but I'll start up with the Jake character. This guy, he was like a young version of like what Krug ended up being later in Last House on the Left. You know what I mean? No one looks more like a punk or more like a dude that would do harm or something bad to a young girl than what this guy does.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're so realistic, these punks. Like, for me, when he stubs the fag out and he done that for real. I think Steinman said, do you know the character of Red? Steinman actually said that guy was fucking as creepy as that in real life. Because he comes across really creepy. Sorry, Keith. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Well, the whole point of this is because these films at this time were set up and signed, sealed, and delivered to bring Linda Blair off like this good-looking, voluptuous, badass bitch. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
all this designed to do is just put this all together so she can kick some ass, so she can look good, and so she can be the hero at the end. And this may be one of the better films that they ever do that. I mean, I mentioned the bathtub scene. It's one of my favorite scenes, and nothing even happens. All she's doing is sitting in the tub smoking a cigarette. But
Yeah.
she wears voluptuous like no one else. I swear to God. Like that's not even that much of an exaggeration.
Right.
I mean, that's great art.
It's so crazy too, like seeing Linda Blair, like because in like in The Exorcist, is like this is what this is like 10 years later, 11 years later.
10
So
years.
super young. She's like 22, 23, something like that. But
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what I
her-
failed to say as well is like obviously, the sister gets sort of gang raped by this the male punks.
yeah,
And it's vicious as well, they all take it in turns. But I think I said to you guys before that the actual kick to the head, and the aftermath of what they do with that is kind of just as disturbing as the rape for me,
yeah, they're not playing with a full deck. These guys aren't. I don't know
No,
what the
It's
hell.
just a spite, man. They're just mean bullies, man. They just want to hurt somebody. They just want to dominate. They want to control and dominate.
I
Right.
mean the
Right.
kill with the girl who gets the wedding dress as well. I mean,
Oh,
if you
yeah,
get a
yeah,
wedding, if you
Yeah.
get a wedding dress in a horror film, you're doomed anyway.
Right.
But the way that's done as well, because he just fucking flips, just like you could see it in his eyes. The performance of everyone in this film is great.
I mean, I don't
think
know,
Linda
man.
Blair's not the works. Do you know what I mean? Just works for the film.
Yeah. What I wouldn't say that their performances are great, but
I mean, you've
it's
got to say
fun.
those four punks
Yeah.
are like
Right.
believable.
I'm just saying some of the line deliveries though are like goofy, silly.
Right,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
I'll give you that.
It's not like, but I mean, you know what you're watching. You know what I mean? It's not like this is not Oscar worthy type shit. But I still
No.
had fun with it. I still had fun.
It
with it.
delivered what it was supposed to be. It delivered
Right.
exactly what it was supposed to be.
It's
Yeah.
exactly what it's supposed to be. Exactly. Yeah.
One thing's funny is that the younger sister is played by Quigley, but
Yeah.
and she's actually older than Blair. She's 1 year older than Linda Blair in this.
She looks
God.
She looks young as hell though, don't she?
That's what makes it
Yeah.
disturbing though, because she looks about 12 or 13.
Yeah, she
really.
does, man. Yeah.
Yes,
But I didn't know she was older when they filmed it.
And she's
Yeah.
actually a year older than Linda Blair. She's 24.
Wow.
Yeah, man. What do you think, Gizmo, man? On Savage Streets?
Yeah, I've seen that. This was probably the second rape revenge movie I saw in my life. I think I Spit on Your Grave was the first.
Okay.
I'm on the other side with this film. I love the film, but I look at the whole film as a comedy. It's there is nothing in the film that disturbs me. There is nothing in the film that impact me at all. I just look at it as a pure. I saw it on a screening in the Netherlands in 2020, and the whole fucking cinema was laughing through the entire film. It was the best experience I've had in the cinema since I saw Commando, I think. Yeah, I find the rape scene in the film, it's done, and that's another thing with the movie. I love the acting in the film, but I don't think they are like how you say, a super class actors. It's more or less, it fits the movie so well. So it reminds me a lot of a trauma film in a way. Like they overact in every scenes and are crazy as hell, and it reminds me a lot of Toxic Avenger, where you have those guys. Of course, they are going way overboard with acting, but similar kind of tone of them. It's like hillbillies in the city.
But like Class of '84 as well. I got that type of vibe with some of the characters.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Yeah,
but I think that's more serious than this one, in my opinion.
Yeah,
though. I think that's a more darker film. But I do love it. The only issue I've had with this film since the first time I saw it, and I'm probably going to shit a lot of people off now, but it's Linda Blair, because I don't think she is a badass in the film. I know many people think so, but I think she has such a cute face. She doesn't like twist the kind of, how you say it, like I like how you say her name, Linnea
Quigley.
Yeah, I wish she was the badass in the ending, because she is like cute in the opening, and we have seen her badass in other films before. So wish they could have turned that tie-in away. But I do love this film. It's the most fun rape revenge movie ever made, in my opinion.
She
Yeah,
didn't have her boobs
absolutely.
yet.
That's what
That's
I
why they
said
wouldn't
too.
let her be the main one.
That's what I said too, though. Like it's an odd one because it's a rape revenge movie, but you have fun the whole time you're watching it.
It's lighthearted as well.
It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on here? Like
That's what makes it so, like different to everything else at that time,
right.
It knows exactly what it is. It knows exactly. You know what I mean? It knows what it is.
It's a mixture of shit, and it's I had fun with it, man. Like I said, I liked all this shit. I mean, I'll straight up say out the gate, I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, me, I'll give it a 10.
You
But
give it
it's
10?
always
Holy shit.
I mean, the first time I watched it, I just fell
Okay.
in love with it completely.
Yeah. Okay.
I was saying that my ex-girlfriend bought me this like original French poster. It's like double the size of a one sheet.
Yeah.
I got the one sheet poster as well. So I love it, but I love it for all like the cheesy reasons, and everything. But yeah,
Right.
what about Gizmo and Gore? What would you rate it?
Well, you got the experience out of it that the director and the writer and everything wanted everybody to get. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people that got that experience from it. I probably got about a 6.5 out of it. Like I say, it knows exactly what it is. It's very self-aware. It's not supposed to be a great film. It's not supposed to be anything that's supposed to be great 30 years from now. It's supposed to be a quick cash grab, early 80s cash grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I give it a strong 7 actually, and I'm pretty hard with the ratings normally, but I do love this film. It's always been a fun watch, and it's a movie I think of all of these films we are talking about today. This is the one I can watch the most time, like rewatch it the most times.
Yeah, definitely. Out of all these, I would say.
But I do think Linda Blair is the weakest point of the film for me. She acts good in it and everything, but it's just that I think there is, I don't know. There is something I wish, but it's so funny because in the opening part of the film you have all of these ladies nude, but suddenly Linda Blair is not nude, and then you have later on in the film when they have this shot where she's in the bathtub.
Yeah,
why the fuck is she nude in that scene? That's like
I guess she wasn't comfortable being nude standing up or something.
Yeah, it's really weird. I was thinking of it.
Yeah.
I think Steinman probably worked on it by the time, she probably refused to do it early on, and then Steinman probably got her to do it. Because there's a funny story when they're doing the aerobics class. There's this dark-headed girl. She got this big hair, 80s hair. And Steinman always said, I fucking wanted to get her fucking topless. I wanted to get her nude on camera. I kept on and on to her. She kept saying, no, 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 no. And he turned around and he said, like a year or two later, he was watching some film and she turned up in there naked. And he was absolutely fucking gutted, But he was coming on to all the actresses and stuff.
He was a
character.
But he was great in the,
This era where she was doing all the prison shows, all the shows where she goes to jail and gets abused by the COs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know why she all of a sudden had trouble all of a sudden with this one.
Yeah.
What's fun rewatching this 80s film is that 70s and 80s is that I feel they never get dated in a way. Of course, you have points in the films that feels a little bit too silly, but overall they are just as fun to watch today as they were back in the days.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, man.
I hadn't seen Savage Streets for a couple of years until I put it on again last night for this. Yeah. And it's like visiting an old friend. It's just, like you say, it's so easy to watch. Like Dirk said on one of the other films, it just goes like that.
Yeah, it does. It does fly by quick too. Yeah. It does have some dark moments. The principal, man. What's that guy's name?
John Vernon.
What?
John
Vernon. Yeah.
John Burner, man. He's fucking great in everything.
That one line, go fucking iceberg.
Yeah, go fucking iceberg.
What the fuck was that?
I think like Steinman said he just come up with that himself.
Yeah, I believe so.
Ad-libbed it. Go fucking iceberg. I mean, that's legendary.
And then, like right before he wrote that, he just tooted a big old line. big old rail, you know. Shit. But shit.
But
You
he's
know,
a
two
great
guys
actor.
and I were
Like,
talking about it. The other night we were talking about putting a stream together. Juno and I were about discussing what made those films back then so rewatchable and so good, and all these films coming out now, shit that nobody likes, to the point to where we always have to go back and talk about the old films because
Yeah.
we don't
Right.
want to talk about the
Yeah.
new shit.
Yeah.
So that's something we're talking about doing in the future. Just sitting around and just trying to figure that out.
I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
I'd be
What
interested to
is
hear
it?
what Gizmo got to say on that, really, because he's obviously a filmmaker.
On-
I can't
on
put my finger on why we love
Why
all these older films,
Yeah.
and they play well. They're easy on the eye. You can watch them, rewatchability. Yet the films nowadays, basically,
Kind of
most
hard.
90% are crap.
I think.
Have you got
Go
any
ahead. Go
views
ahead,
on
Gizmo.
that? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah,
The throwaways now.
right. Yeah,
The weird thing is that we have like one every second month. I already told you guys about it, of course, but we have we call it a movie night where we gather together. Like we are about 12 people that we mix, like who has ability or how you say it to watch each time, and then I normally choose the films because I have the collection, and then I choose often films from the 60s, 70s, or 80s. And what's fun is that we have two of the people who are part of this is like 14 years old, and the other one is probably 17 or 18. It's the children of my friend. And they like the old films better than they like the new films that are on cinema. And they are not special or anything like that, but they haven't like seen, older films in the same kind of way as we do when we see them together, if that makes sense. So they actually appreciate the older ones better. So I don't
I've
know.
noticed that. I've noticed that with my son too, Grayson. He much rather watch the older stuff that I show him, and he's only 6. Like, I'm not talking about like none of this shit, but I'm saying like,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's
But
just a better time.
yeah, like for instance, Gizmo sent me that old DVD of Witches, Witches or whatever, and he was talking about watching the new one, and I said, well, I got this one. Let's watch this one. And he prefers it better than the new one. That's just an example,
but the old one is scary as fuck, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
When they take off,
and he don't like the new Candyman compared to the old Candyman.
Yeah.
So,
God, I'm with him with that.
right.
The new Candyman's awful.
Yeah, definitely. I took him to the theater, scared the shit out of him, but.
But how many films do you think, like, so like last year, for instance, right? How many horror films would you say that are good, or that could you make like all you guys?
I mean, I haven't seen
a top 10, or
I didn't see that many, but I could name probably 3. I could name 3 that I know of.
Right, so I don't watch them no more because every time I do, I watch the odd one that gets like a bit of a buzz and stuff. But every time I do, I'm disappointed. So I'm thinking, like, I'm 52. I can do better things with my time. I can watch films I know or I think I've got a good chance of liking more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just disillusioned with all the new shit that's coming out. To be honest.
Let me catch the chat right quick, man. Let's see. Buscando says Irreversible is not a R&R because the R he was not killed opinions. Well, I still consider it an R&R because they think that he was, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Right.
not a true I guess you could say it's not a true one, but I mean, I don't know, man. I still think it's a rape revenge because I mean, the characters think that they got the right, or the one guy thinks he's got the right guy. Anyway, but anyway, that's my take on it. What do y'all think?
Well, I only seen it once, and when you obviously it's all in reverse.
Yeah, it shows you from the very beginning. That's not a spoiler. I mean,
yeah. But I think is it regarded that he's not got the guy then from what?
Yeah. No, he didn't. No, he didn't kill the wrong guy at the very beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit.
So I didn't get that. I watched it once.
You didn't see it, so at the beginning, right? Like the actual guy that does the rape.
Yeah.
You see him smiling and looking
Right.
on. So
Okay,
he
yeah,
never gets due diligence justice on his ass. So
we're gonna come on to that now.
yeah.
Could be-
And there's my beautiful wife. Hey guys, great stream. Well, thank you.
Hey, Tash.
Thank you, baby. Let's see. Chrissy, what's up? On my work break, thought I would stop by. Slash the like. Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, cheers,
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah. And
I would just say, so far from 2023 of the movies I've seen, I'm up to around 75 films now. I can mention 3 horror films that I would recommend, but they are not great. When Evil Lurks, that's a good one. Sister Death, I liked. It's the same director who did Wreck, but I know that's not for everyone. It's a non-exploitation film in many ways. Not much exploitation, more non-horror. And it's also what the fuck is that movie? It's an Argentinian film about a vampire who it's on Netflix. It's 3 hours long, so you need to take breaks, but it's a fun one to
I agree.
El Conde or something like that.
Okay.
But it was a good one.
Yeah,
and of course, Godzilla -1.
So you consider that a horror? Godzilla -1?
But I just say it because it's the best film from last year in my opinion.
Oh. So I would say When Evil Lurks, Infinity Pool, Beau is Afraid, I guess you could kind of say, but not really. It's kind of like 3 different films. And I would say, I don't know, Talk to Me is valid, but I don't know how rewatchable it is, like for me anyway.
But Talk to Me is from 22.
Oh, well, it came out here in 23, so I think, yeah. But yeah, so that'd be it pretty much for me. I don't know.
And also the miniseries, Darren told me to see it. The Poltergeist movie series from England was pretty good.
Yeah, the Enfield Poltergeist. Yeah.
Info. Okay, cool.
I like that one.
Let's see. Yeah, man. I guess Chrissy was talking about slash the like and all that. So, if y'all don't mind. Shit. Anyway,
the American film that came out last year, The Passenger.
Passenger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I've never heard of that one. I think there's another one I think called The Passenger from the 70s.
It's a more like Natural Born Killer kind of vibe movie, but it was really good, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chrissy says, I saw an Orbit that in their pre-order section is The Whip in the Body. Is that a release from Kino? I don't know, man. There is a Kino release, but then there's an 88 Films new release, ain't it?
Yeah, well, fairly new, but
yes.
I don't know what a pre-order would be.
Huh? I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. I love Class of '84. Very young Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, I just recently upgraded to Blu-ray. I need to watch that again. I love that film.
Yeah, I got it too. That's a good one.
King, Roddy McDowell.
Yeah.
And we got Psycho Manus. That's another new guy in here, man, or gal. The 2024 movie called Stop Motion looks like something special.
I've not heard of that.
I haven't either.
No, me neither.
Huh. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I have to check it out. See what it's about. At least check the trailer. Well, yeah, man. Let's see. All right. So I guess we're on to Irreversible, man.
Yeah, I will say with this one, I'm interested to hear what because Dirk's seen like both versions. You've seen the straight version and I mean like
the original.
Yeah, and I'd like to hear what you say about because if you watch it once like I did, it can be kind of confusing, with the start and then because it's all done in like this nightclub or this gay club or whatever.
It starts
And-
out in the rectum in the original.
Yeah.
Reverse
So-
starts out in the rectum. Yeah, but it's
Yeah. Can't really say that, but yeah. So it
and
can
then
be
it
kind of
makes its way
confusing.
to the birth canal. I don't know.
Right, yeah. But it can be kind of confusing in watching it only once. But I did
Yeah.
take notes. But I'll be interested to hear different thoughts and stuff.
Right. So yeah, man, this come out 2002. I'd say it's a French art thriller, rape, revenge, exploitation, but it's much more than that. I would have to say it's many complex metaphors and very symbolic type shit on love, birth, sex, death, tragedy, time. Like time destroys all things. Like destroys everything. That's like what's the main thing that says time destroys everything? It's
Yeah.
like and he's using like he
Time
does this.
reveals everything.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying time reveals everything.
Yeah, it does that too. It starts out. It's really trippy, psychedelic. Like this director does that a lot. Like a lot of strobe lights. Uses a lot of what do you call it? Makes it very like anxiety driven with the sound frequency. He does that on purpose. But it starts out, man, with these two guys I guess they're in jail. I'm guessing they're in the jail. Like
Yeah, they are in jail.
And they're revealing each other's crimes, This is the original cut that I'm talking on. So the film starts from the end, and then it's going to work its way to the beginning. So, yeah, it's really hard to explain. There's two men in a cell, like admitting their crimes. You can look at it so many ways. They could be in purgatory. They could be in hell. I don't know. The one guy's right out the gate talking about he's there because he did something to his daughter that ain't appropriate.
Yeah.
It's like holy shit. But then so the plot of the film is basically these two men that are in love with the same woman. They're seeking revenge from her brutal rape that happens one tragic night in Paris, but yeah, that's the best way I can describe it as far as synopsis goes.
I mean, the violence in this is straight from the off, innit? With the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is another one that I appreciate, for what it is. I did rate it quite highly, but to say I like it, I can't say I like it. I think that scene, the rape scene, we got to come on to that pretty much. It's worse than anything you've ever seen in Cruising, I think, by times fucking 10. I think it's the most realistic rape scene I've ever seen in a film.
Right.
And I've seen a few. It's just disturbing.
I can't think of another one. Yeah.
It's worse than Camille Keaton's rape in I Spit, by easily,
Yeah.
But that scene will fucking live with me as well. Like I said about the film, we was talking about the Golden Glove and stuff in that does as well. But the rape scene in this is by far the worst I've ever seen.
And that
likely to, I think,
that rape scene though, it comes like if you watch the film, it's dead center in the middle of the film, 48 minutes in.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
So like, if you watch either cut, that shit, everything is based on that. It's irreversible, that shit destroyed 3 people's lives at least. 4 if you count the dude with the fire extinguisher. So,
right, yeah. Wasn't she pregnant as well? I think she was pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant too. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's holy shit. There's a lot of layers to this damn movie, though. I'm telling you, it really is.
It's a tough watch. It really is.
Yeah.
I've seen loads of like disturbing films, but this ranks right up there with
Like
a
that.
lot of.
I will come back onto the rape scene, but you notice like there's the cameras flipping, kind of like in a circular motion, and
Yeah.
it flips in all these weird angles and shit. But it's like there's a constant spinning going on, almost like a clock. You know, like because time is like a big part of this director. I know in a lot of his films, but just crazy ass angles, like the rape scene. He puts the camera on the floor, and it's focused on the victim, and the audience can't do nothing about it. They can't look away. They're just it's just visceral, like fucking holy shit, man. It's very necessary for the film, though, I believe. But and I think it's also speaking on toxic masculinity versus like femininity. That's what I think. But I don't know. What do you?
This is one you can watch like 4 or 5 times and get something different out of every time. I think.
Right.
Sorry, Dirk.
Are you good? I was gonna say I was gonna turn it over to y'all, man. Whoever wanted to put their thoughts out there on it, you know.
Yeah, go for it.
I see it once. I see it once quite a while ago, and
Yeah.
I only seen the original version. I didn't get a chance to check it out again, but that I do remember the rape scene vividly, and I do remember what you're saying. But I do need to check it out again,
Right. Okay.
probably at least once.
Yeah, man. It's yeah. What do you think, Gizmo?
Yeah, I think this is one of the masterpieces made in the last 25 years or something. I don't remember if it was out in 2001, maybe, or something like that. Yeah, I think it's a masterpiece. It's a experimental film, and not often experimental films get this kind of wide distribution. But of course, it's because of the subject matter. Because when it was screened at Cannes, it was like half of Cannes, the audience left the cinema, and the rest of them were booing in the end of the movie. But it's the way they react in France when they see shit like they don't want to see. Not bad movies, but like if they react really hard when they see tormenting females in films over there. But I found it interesting because I saw also both cuts of it. The last time I saw it, I saw the original, the Irreversible cut, and
Right.
for me, I think the most interesting part of the film is that when you know it's the wrong dude who they take, it's kind of that's the impact of the film, because you're thinking today in society, if you hear somebody is a pedophile or a rapist or whatever, you immediately blame that dude or that woman for that without actually knowing, because you go after rumors. And I think that's the main focus of the film, because when I saw it, I'm thinking of all the people I've heard who has done bad stuff by people I know. Like we have one of the most famous cases in Norway. It's famous all around the world. It's called the Bjorn case, where a dude that was teacher got blamed for raping over 40 children, and but he didn't do anything of that. It was just rumors that was spread about him, so it ruined his entire life. And in the same way, I think this movie takes up that thing, because he just go from a gut instinct of taking down that dude in the disco. And I just think, as you said, talks about masculinity, because I do think this comes from masculinity. It comes from the male brain of thinking. Before females got in an office, or how you say it, like we didn't have a court system that actually went through trials to find out if he was a pedophile or if she was a witch or whatever, So I think that's the main essence of the story. But I think the strongest thing with the movie is that you got Monica Bellucci playing the lead role, and she is like one of the best actresses that has ever lived from Europe. And Vincent something, I always forget his last name.
Vincent Castle.
Yeah, he's always great in every film, but I always think he's so good that I always forget that he's in films, if that makes sense, because he disappears in films.
They were married too, right? During this time, I believe, or shortly after.
I don't know, but But there's also a cool thing with the film that not many people know is that I know it because I met Gaspar Noir 2 times and heard him talk about this. The movie is actually in the same universe as its first film, I Stand Alone, and the butcher is the guy in the prison cell in the beginning called the Man in this one, but he's the same character. And I think that's pretty cool because he never said it. So in kind of a way, this is a sequel without actually
I still
having
need
any...
to see I Stand Alone. Yeah.
They don't have anything to do with each other except that this character goes to the next one, though. But
because I've heard somebody say that I Stand Alone like is more. They considered it more crazy, I guess, or brutal, or not brutal, but more dark, I guess.
Yeah, it's because it's involves a child in many ways, so it's it's a brutal film. Yeah, but I can see I Stand Alone like many times, but Irreversible I need 5 to 10 years in between. It's a hard movie to watch, this one, I think.
Yeah, but so then I found out some other things about No Way. He said that without A Space Odyssey 2001, that he probably wouldn't have been a filmmaker. So I didn't know that shit. And I was like, holy shit. He said it was like the most psychedelic shit that he ever saw. He really likes the psychedelic shit, don't he? Like, I don't know. But yeah, man, I don't know where else I'm going with this, but I definitely see all the other metaphors and shit in the film that, like, it's just crazy. Like, I'm lost for words kind of in a way, but yeah.
I think it's definitely an important film. I think it's something I say a lot, like everyone needs to watch once. And compare it, comparing it to other films is just I don't know.
No, there's no other film like this film.
No. And it, like, I know we keep saying it, but the rape scene is what, for me, is what it's all about. I'll have to go back and rewatch it though, because for some reason I didn't pick up when it was the wrong guy. I don't know why.
Yeah, you see him clearly, like at the very beginning,
right?
And he's sitting there, he's smiling and looking.
Right, I'll have to go back. Yeah,
and I think he even knows why they're doing that shit. See, so that's something else. Instead of these guys, instead of them going to be with her at the hospital, like, you know what I mean? At least one of them, I don't know. They're like, we got to get this son of a bitch, but like, what about her, man? She's fucking bad off in a bad way, but
yeah,
I don't know.
It's realistic in that respect, because I don't think you even think, do you? You like, if that happened to, your daughter or whatever, your girlfriend, you'd probably be the same. You just wouldn't even start, and you just make one person pay, even if you do get the wrong person, just because of the way you're feeling, the anger at that time.
There's a lot of shit going.
Yeah,
a lot of shit going on, like with the whole thing with the cheating and like, you'll see like the parallels throughout the film when you watch it multiple times. You start picking up on more shit. I don't know. I think it's great, man. I got to give it an 8.5 out of 10 for me.
Do you think it helps to watch both? You like the original version and the 2019 version? Do you think it's necessary to see both of them?
No. It's not. It's the same film. It's just
right. But I mean, you get a different experience. Is what I'm saying.
It is a different experience. I still prefer the original cut, like the watching it backwards. Yeah, right. I still like watching it backwards because it's crazy because I watched it both ways, both cuts, and it's just so crazy because that rape scene is dead in the middle of the film. So it don't matter which way you watch it, it's still there.
Right.
It's still there in the same place. Exactly. It's.
But I hadn't seen that version where it starts at the beginning yet, so that's why I was curious.
Yeah, I think it probably makes it lighter. Well, I don't know how you look at it. For me, I was joking with Gizmo because I was like, the original cut, at least there's a happy ending, you know,
Yeah.
because it starts from the beginning and shit. Like, but
the same shit would happen, but it would be a different experience because it'd be a different sequence in the way it's narrated. You know.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
but it's definitely the proper name for the film, because what happens is you can't reverse time. You know, it's irreversible. So
right, yeah.
That's always
I
why
mean,
I ask you, Dirk, why do you find it a happy ending? Because the original version is the worst ending, and that's why I like it the best, because it's when you know how beautiful Monica is, and you know how everything was just going normal for them, and you know already what's going to happen.
yeah,
That
Right,
makes it an even worse ending, in my opinion, because the other way around feels like more just a generic film in a way, but the original version is
yeah. But
fucking
I'm actually going backwards in my way of thinking too. I'm just ignoring what I saw,
yeah.
and like once I get past that scene, then I'm like, okay, then you get to see. But it does make it harder if you're
Yeah.
still thinking about it that way, like
Right.
with
Right.
the
Like if you watch the original version where it started at the end first, and then you go back and watch the 2019 version where it starts, you know what I mean? Like say you've seen the original one first, and then you go back and see the one that starts at the beginning. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering how much that'll affect it. You know,
yeah.
that's
I
what I was
still think
curious.
it's better to see it the way he intended, you know, and it does. There's only, I mean, Gizmo probably knows he's seen way more films than I have, but there's not another film that I can think of that does this in reverse except Memento. That's the only one I can think of, but I think this one does it way better than Memento does, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can't come up with any. But I think there was a movie before Memento also, but I can't come up with it. But I remember there was, didn't a movie Thursday or something like that, or am I mixing something? American film called Thursday that was released in '97 or something. Wasn't that in reverse, or am I mixing?
I'm not sure. I'm not
I
sure
don't
on that.
know. No.
That don't sound familiar to me.
Okay. I may be mixing something, but I don't know.
But then again, I mean, it might have slipped past me somehow. But,
So how many times would you rewatch this then? Because for me, it's got no real rewatchability, unless I do that other version. But would you guys watch it every, I don't know, couple of years, every year? I don't know.
I would watch it once a year. I would.
God, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously on your own as well. You wouldn't let Tasha watch it, I take it.
Well, she didn't want to watch it. I told her what it was.
Right, okay.
And,
yeah.
I told her, I said it's the hardest rape scene that I know of in any film.
My fiance
Easily, yeah.
My fiance won't watch those.
Yeah. But yeah, I let her know about it, but she's not interested. So, but no, man, it's a hell of a film though, man, and it makes me want to seek out all his shit. He don't have that many films, right? Like 5, 6.
I think he has more now. He has I Stand Alone, Irreversible, Climax, Love. That movie you have that I've seen that I think is a piece of shit.
Enter the Void.
No,
Lux
Enter the Void
Eterna?
he has, but Lux Eterna, yeah.
And then he's got Vortex, right?
Vortex, yeah. So we're up to 7, right?
Okay. I haven't seen. There's still several I need to see. I've only seen Enter the Void, Irreversible, and that's it. Shit. Holy shit. That's the only 2 I've seen. I thought I'd seen another one, but no.
But he has a ton of short films. He's an experimental film artist, so he has like 20 or 25 short films.
Yeah.
At least.
But yeah, man, he's definitely on another level, I think. And you notice, like, at the end of this film, though, you see that Space Odyssey poster on the wall, and it's like the rebirth thing. Like, I don't know, that's what I got out of it, you know. Like just a never-ending cycle kind of deal. And I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too damn much into this shit. But
I think it's just, for me, it's a strong 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
But I gone on Letterboxd. I give it 7 out of 10, and I don't like it, which is kind of rare for me. But yeah, I can see how important it is, and
Right.
just like nothing. There's nothing like it at all, is there really? So,
No.
but I wouldn't recommend it unless you got to know the person you recommend films to really well to like even say about this film. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Any last thoughts on it from you, man?
No, the only thing I would sorry, there's a.
Are you good?
Yeah, no, the only thing I would say to what Darren said is that I would rather recommend Irreversible than I would with any of the other revenge films we have talked about, because those are cheap ass exploitation films, while this is an art film that kind of is respected throughout the world. And I'm not saying it's better than the other ones or anything like that, but if people look up this film after they watched it or before they watched it, this film you can probably find on Netflix,
Probably.
It won
Yeah.
the Oscar.
So I would have no problem recommend this, but of course I would say to the person I do it that it's pretty rough, but
Yeah.
but it's a respected movie that is.
It's really rough. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it don't get any easier.
No.
But if you can like try to watch it, like I was saying, like just try to ignore that you've seen all that other shit. It does get better. That's why I tell you it's like a happy ending at the end of the movie.
And it almost doesn't have any nudity in it, and it doesn't have like physical violence except rape scene and the guy who gets his face smashed in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not that much actually, but the rape scene is lasting for like 20 minutes. So
20
that's
minutes. Yeah. A
that's
long fucking take too. No cut. No cuts.
Yeah.
That's another thing. There's a lot of long takes that
Yeah.
this guy does, man. It's crazy.
But that's also because he works with the best actors. You could never get Camille Keaton to act like that, or Christina Lindbergh, or any of those. Monica Bellucci is like, she's like the European Meryl Streep, or how you say it. Like, she is the best you get from here.
And did she do?
Yeah.
She did Matrix the same year or the next year? She was.
I think that's the one she said she regrets the most.
Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I saw an interview with her from Cannes.
I don't blame her.
I don't think it was that one or another sci-fi thing she did. I don't remember, but
right. But yeah, man, I'm a kind of. It's been a fun one, man. I enjoyed talking about these films, man. We could probably do another one if y'all want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Down the line, I mean, there's some that haven't had no light shine on them too. Some other ones, some good ones.
I would say let Gizmo and Gore pick two each next time, and we can do it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. You pick two. You pick two. Y'all want to do it that way?
you have to see. You have seen this one, right? Lipstick.
No.
No,
Yes,
that's one I've always wanted to see.
I have Lipstick. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 76 film, I think.
And this is a fucking masterpiece, Betterweld. Is that a Blu-ray you have, or is it DVD?
This is the old DVD. Yeah.
Yeah, same as mine. I don't think it's out on Blu-ray, is it? Or
Yeah. Shop Factory released it on Blu-ray.
ah, shit, probably out of stock, or how you say.
Out of print. Yeah.
But this one I highly recommend.
I think it's still around.
Okay.
I've not seen, never heard of Bedazzled.
And
I've
here's
heard
the
of
one
it.
I talked about with Antonio Banderas, a really special one that I
Outrage.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is many.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you could pick two. You can pick two, man. We'll do it that way.
I mean, do you mean as far as obscure, or I mean,
It don't matter. Any rape revenge.
Whatever you think, yeah.
okay.
That could be a big one. It could be obscure. I don't think that this is getting. I don't think this is getting talked about really a lot on the tubes.
No, it's a very divisive subgenre.
Right. And that's something else I wanted to talk about tonight too. Before we get out of here, is a lot of people turn their nose up at these films, but most of the time in these films, like the victim becomes the judge and the executioner. So, and
most of the time they're happy endings, but
most of the time, yeah. But
well, I mean, I don't think that this is not rape revenge, but I mean, it has this kind of is in a way.
I love that one.
we did
I absolutely love that film. Yeah,
Killer's Moon,
my favorite Italian film, probably.
Killer's Moon I've seen as well. It's decent. Yeah, that's another 70s one, I think.
Change Heat is also a classic.
Yeah, man. Whichever two y'all want to do, man, we'll do them.
Also with Linda Blair, actually.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Straw Dogs.
That's great.
Yeah, it is, man. And people shit on that one, man. I don't know what the hell, dude. Like,
well, that's a classic, though.
Peckinpah, man. Hell yeah.
Didn't Criterion release Straw Dogs, or am I mixing?
Yeah. I got the Criterion. It's amazing too.
Yeah.
Man.
I never saw the remake, actually. Maybe I did. Who was the woman in the remake?
I don't know her name.
I've never seen.
I know you got Skarsgård.
Yeah, that's true. I think I've seen it. Yeah.
As the lead
bad
guy.
I think it was the Melissa chick from the Amityville Horror remake, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Since we were kind of getting on a dull, like not a dull, but since we were kind of getting on a sad note or whatever, I was just gonna play a little clip right quick, just kind of lighten the mood a little.
Whoa! Shit!
Yeah, man.
What movie is that from?
A movie called Far Out Man with Tommy Chong. You got Tommy Chong in it.
Chicken Chong Brothers, or
Yeah. But yeah, it has absolutely nothing to do with this. It's completely random, but that makes sense if you know me. So,
Dirk, here's the film I've been talking about for ages now to you that I said you must see. The reason why Texas Chainsaw Massacre was made.
Weekend Murders? Oh, no,
just
The Weekend. Oh,
Weekend.
Yeah, you told me about that. I need to check it out.
French one, yeah.
Okay. So you think Hooper saw it?
100%.
Okay.
Those were the big films in America also back in the days. Those French New Wave.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Which would you say is a better film, though?
For me, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But if you ask what's the best film, I don't know. But for me, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre without a doubt.
Okay. I still want to check it out though, because I never knew about it. So yeah, it's cool. But yeah, man, we can whenever y'all want to do this again, man, just let me know. We'll plug it in.
Yeah,
plug it in and lock it. I had fun.
Man, absolutely.
I had fun talking about these female judge executioner movies.
That's a better title for the stream.
Right.
I was going to say I had fun watching Savage Streets, but
yeah,
I don't know whether you could call it reversible fun, but it was different.
I think it's I don't know, man. It can be looked at in a lot of different lights. That's you know what I mean. Like it gets my mind turning. It gets my mind wheels turning, and that makes me happy.
And Darren, you know what you have to do tonight? You have to watch Irreversible and The Golden Globe.
Oh God, can you imagine that? Yeah. Fucking hell, I'd want to slip my wrists, I think, if I do that as a double feature.
The Golden Globe.
Kid, I was saying to Dirk earlier, I watched the documentary of that guy last night on YouTube, the one you said. And man, there's even more fucking facts. Right? So I watched a couple of them, and there's even more facts to do with that guy. It's just fucking mind-boggling. Like, and there's a 30-second clip of him in court. like there's not much footage of him actually, you know, live footage of this guy, Honker, is it? Yeah. And man, yeah, it's fucking amazing. I'd say to Dirk, watch the documentary because you'll get more stuff out of it.
What's his name?
Honker. Is it fucking what's his first name, man?
Fritz.
Fritz Honker. Yeah.
Fritz Honker.
Yeah. Typical
Holy shit.
German name.
I bet he combs his hair and the grease just flies on the floor.
Oh man,
Yep.
you've got to see the documentary. The
Yeah.
real stuff. It's
Right.
fucking amazing, I'll tell you.
But yeah, man. I guess we're gonna get out of here, man. Had fun. Thanks for y'all joining. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to these guys, man. I got their links in the description. Both got good channels, man. And we're out of here. Anything else y'all want to mention before we get out of here?
And just say thanks to Keith and Gizmo for coming back on. These are always fun. You know, if that can be said, you know, the word fun. But yeah, I look forward to the next ones, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah.
No worries, man. Been a pleasure.
But yeah, man, I guess before we get out of here, y'all don't forget to